Cracker Barrel recently rebranded, Mike, in an effort to once again go from complicated old-looking logo to super modern, simplistic logo. And guess what, Mike? You're not going to believe this. The internet hates it.
Yeah, they do. Specifically, stockholders, because they lost $94 million in stock value with the release of this logo and all the shenanigans afterwards.
How would you feel if you're sitting in your home office? You're the designer that was forced to go through this logo process, and you see that $94 million lost. You're probably like, uh-oh, that's not good.
If I'm the designer, I'm going, eh. And if I'm the account manager, I'm going, shoot, there goes my client.
Yeah, there goes Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. No, this is a tale of many missteps is my take on this one.
Yeah.
There is something, I think, positive in this, in that they did make a change.
Yeah.
Because there is something about that old logo that's like, this is hard to look at. There's a lot going on. It's busy, and I know they're going for this like nostalgia thing with the old logo.
Yeah.
It's harkening back to like the 1800s. But like, how long did we spend trying to figure out what that shape is? Is it a bean? What kind of bean? Pinto, lima, coffee? I don't know.
I definitely thought it was a coffee bean, but that didn't really make sense because I've had their coffee, and I don't think they're known for their coffee.
No, that's not why people go to Cracker Barrel.
But Mike, I think we have to ask ourselves, and we won't know the answer definitively to this question, but why? Why did they feel the need to do this?
Yeah, there's probably something behind the scenes. Everything I read, there wasn't really like a big, clear, declarative, like, oh, we've made these changes, we're, new leadership, new vision. But my guess is things are not going well with Cracker Barrel. They've kind of lost a lot of steam. I think they've been kind of pigeonholed into a certain demographic in the market.
Yeah.
And they want to expand, right? They want more people to come and try Cracker Barrel. So in a sense, like, yeah, your pivot may be to modernize a bit. I think the application of that modernization, they maybe went too far and didn't consider how do you retain at least some of the equity that you still had.
Right.
There could have been some callbacks beyond just that C and B. I mean, they did retain that. But those are not the most distinctive elements of the original logo.
No.
So, and maybe that's a barrel on its side, as you mentioned earlier.
I think the overall shape.
Buying that.
Yeah. But you don't really think about that. Here's the thing, Mike. You've taken an iconic logo, iconic as it, whether it's good or bad, it's iconic. You drive past a Cracker Barrel and you don't think it's a Fazoli's or whatever. But you take something like that and you try to make it cooler, I guess, or modernize it, and you go to this ultra simplistic thing, which, by the way, like I have issues with some of the decisions made. We can get into that, but I mean, did they consider their demographic in this?
I don't think so. It doesn't seem like they did. They're probably a little bit caught between two needs, right? One, to cater to their existing clientele, their customer base. It's just the logo, and we can kind of appeal to a wider base audience with the logo while still maintaining some of the culture of the store. But I think that belies the other issue, which is your logo stands for everything you do.
Yeah.
Right? It is the symbol of who you are. It's your stamp of approval on everything that you do. And it really should represent all of you. And so if there's some core element of your brand that's really important to the people that you really serve and that you do a really good job serving, and they love your restaurant, right? They love your food, they love the ambiance, they love the store, and you have a logo that doesn't represent those things anymore, maybe you're not intentionally, but you're basically lying with your logo, right? And that's just gonna fall flat every time. And so
like barrel, it's fallen flat, it's on its side.
It tipped over. And to be honest, like, it's funny, like, as we were looking at these two logos before we got on here, one of the most distinctive visual elements of Cracker Barrel, in my opinion, are all those rocking chairs out front. And it's funny to me that like I kind of just assumed the guy sitting in the chair in the logo, the original logo, is in a rocking chair. He's not. So I'm like, even in the original logo, I think they've missed something that is very iconic to them, is the rocking chair. I think they could have played on that with this new logo, and was not on this account, so there's probably a lot of constraints that I have no idea about. I always kind of give designers on these projects a little bit of like, some grace, because there's a lot of stuff that they have to deal with that the rest of us don't know about.
From a design standpoint, like if somebody had walked into my office and said, hey, we need you to design a new Cracker Barrel logo, here's what we want it to be super simple. I think the designer, whoever worked on this, the team that worked on this, they did a good job. I think getting rid of that weird K thing on the original was a good choice. I think making the C and the B a little less, or the whole thing a little less bold, was a good move. Like the font and the word mark itself, I think, is well done. It's well balanced. The way that the R fits into the C. Like there's a lot of, like, whoever designed this did probably the best with what they were given. So I want to give props there. But I do not love the yellow and the black. I think if they had kept maybe that brown color and maybe even kept the outline on the barrel itself, that would have been better. Like you changed everything about it. You changed the colors and you changed the shape and you changed everything about it, which, hey, we do rebrands all the time where we change everything about it. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you keep maybe that iconic brown, that iconic kind of amber color, and maybe just maybe, hey, maybe you even keep some of those barrel lines in there.
I think my biggest issue is not necessarily an application issue or a tactical issue with the logo. It's that it just doesn't have any personality anymore. Yeah. And I feel like Cracker Barrel, maybe in its heyday or like in a previous era to today, kind of had like a bit of a personality to it, right? Maybe it's kitschy, or maybe it's not your kind of place. It's not really my kind of place, but I think it was iconic to its own personality, its own kind of culture, and the people that really loved it, I think, loved those things about it. That it was like almost theme parky. Like you walk into one and you're like, oh, we're trying to kind of recreate a different era, a different style, Southern comfort food mixed with like, kind of
grandma's house,
1800s like log cabin feel, right? And then the whole gift shop and like, that has its own like theme park kind of feel to it, right? Like I got to walk through the gift shop in order to get in and out. And you got the rocking chairs out front. It's an experience. Like they're really selling an experience more than food. And so the logo no longer represents that experience at all, in my opinion. It feels very chain. It feels very like nondescript, corporate. Like if you're going to have a restaurant where there's one on every corner, that's kind of the logo I'd expect. Yep. And I don't expect, big chains like that to have a lot of personality, a lot of interest to me. When I step in the doors. It's like, oh yeah, you're just gonna mix up your food a slightly bit different than the next big chain restaurant.
I looked at their menu, Mike, and I think this has the stuff you just mentioned. I think it has bled into the menu. You go to a restaurant,
bummer.
The menu is like one of the most important pieces of print media in the world, right? A restaurant menu. It is what is drawing you in. It's going to be determining how you interact with their food and what you order, and ultimately, it needs to represent a ton about that restaurant. Well, it looks like an IHOP menu. I know it's just really like they didn't use the same font from the logo. It's a sans serif font. It looks like IHOP, man. It kind of bums me out because while I am not a frequent customer of Cracker Barrel, you would kind of expect to go in and see kind of that like, small town diner feel, and it just looks like you found it at Walmart or something.
No, I'm looking on their website right now. So they've clearly redone stuff with the new brand. The color is there. They got rid of the burgundy brown. Everything's kind of like taupe and black. This kind of coal black color. Yeah. It's funny, if I scroll down and I don't see the logo anymore, and you told me, oh, this is Denny's or this is
Yeah,
IHOP or this
Denny's.
is another diner,
Yeah.
I'd be like, sure, yeah, whatever you say. Like even the font faces they're using are not very like they have no personality.
No.
They're fine, they're clean, they're easy to read, they have a little bit of interest, but it's like they went so far in this like modernizing direction that there isn't any more of the Cracker Barrel experience. I think there's something still interesting about Cracker Barrel that they could recapture. I don't think this is a lost cause, but look at that menu.
Yeah.
It totally just looks like a Denny's menu. Like a really clean Denny's menu.
Yeah, it's a Denny's menu. That's what it is.
It was interesting, even the application on the website of the logo, like that shape isn't even there. That barrel shape is
right.
Like this could be anybody's website and they just slapped a little logo in there. And maybe this is the first, hey, we got to get this done really quick for the launch. And
you know what this looks like, Mike? Without the logo at the top, I'm looking at an employee dinner on a UPS website, right? UPS year-end employee dinner.
Oh, they just shipped it in.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to pick your meal. It's like an airplane meal. You got to pick it, show up at the party.
Well, yeah. So Cracker Barrel, I'm gonna give this one 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, I think if you do a rebrand and you lose $94 million, I think it's probably not a success.